Edna was on an elderly care unit, and there weren't enough staff, or the staff weren't realising that she needed help feeding, so they would just clear her meal away and say things like, "Oh, not hungry today, dear." And she was unable to walk or keep up her walking because there wasn't enough staff to help her walk, and also the surface of the hospital floor wasn't suitable for her. So she was generally going downhill, and that's when we decided to take her home. We had 3 young children at the time, and I was pregnant with my 4th child, and just friends and neighbours would help us out, or help me out, with caring for Edna. She was an absolute delight to care for, and we just looked at trying to get her home and sorted out the surfaces of the bathroom floor, which is where she had her accident. So we used several care agencies, but all of which weren't suitable, and I would have to be called out at the last minute to go and help get Ronnie out of bed or Edna.
But that was interesting because, as Claire said, was all these different agencies. They had this policy of 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. But the problem is every time, the idea was that every 2 weeks the same care will come back. But because it was not like that, it was not how they promised, always send the new carer in. So you end up with, Edna and Ronnie explaining every week to the carer where everything was, how the things would like to be done, and it never works well.
It's looking at what the client wants rather than trying to tell the client what they want and need. It's listening to and providing what they want, and we've always tried to base our business philosophy and anything we've done into try and fulfil a need, an unmet need that we've recognised. If they don't get the right sort of care, they can't live their life in whatever place they're at in their life. They might be very young still with a disability and wanting to study at university or hold down a job or still live their life to the full. And without care, they just can't do that. It just facilitates everything that they want to do. And then when the elderly without care, it removes their dignity if they're not cared for correctly and looked after. Ever since a little girl, I always wanted to be a nurse, and I'm happy when I'm caring for people. It just makes me happy.
I think also because I come from another culture in Chile. Over there, people look after their own families. So caring for me was something also that I enjoy, because when my parents are older, it's to depend on our families or the children to look after the parents. So it's natural. From the beginning, we were trying to help as much as we can and treat our carers the best we could as well, because we know they're very important to our business. Without the carers, the business cannot continue.
We're both very drawn to actually helping people, and seem to naturally take a real interest in anyone where we see there's needs or care needs to get involved in sorting, helping people out. That was just the same motivation moved us in that we recognised that other agencies weren't doing it quite how we felt it should be done, and people should be cared for how they want to be cared for.
So let me know when we get there, if we get